Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to my channel, The Math Corner. And today in this tutorial, we are gonna go through the details of the Duramater. So let's begin. As we have discussed earlier, that there are basically three layers of meninges inside the brain and the spinal cord, which are the dura mater, the arachnoid matter, and the pia mater. So if we take a look over this diagram, you guys can see that the bluish area is marked over here as the dura mater. So this is the first layer of meninges. Then beneath the dura mater, the green area is termed as the arachnoid matter, and beneath the arachnoid matter, this is the third layer of meninges, which is termed as a pia mater. So these three layers of meninges are present inside the cranium of the skull. Now let's just isolate the dura mater, which is the topic of our video today. Basically, the dura mater of the brain is described as the two layer, that is the endosteal layer and the meningeal layer. So these are closely united except along the certain line where they are separated from one another to form the venous sinuses. Now let's just discuss about the features of endosteal layer and the meningeal layer. So the endosteal layer is nothing more than the periosteum. The periosteum was basically covering the outer surface of the skull or the cranium, and the endosteal is covering the inner surface of the skull bones. And one thing more that you should remember is that the endosteal layer of dura mater does not continue with the dura mater of the spinal cord at the level of foramen magnum. Apart from the endosteal layer, the meningeal layer is the dura mater proper. It is a dense, strong, fibrous membrane covering the brain, and it's continuous through the foramen magnum with the dura mater of the spinal cord. So it is the main dura mater, or you guys can say the proper dura mater is the meningeal layer of the dura mater. While the endosteal layer was strongly adhered to the bone over the base of the skull. Now moving into the details of the meningeal layer. So the meningeal layer sends inward the four septa, that is the falx cerebri, the falx cerebelli, tentorium cerebelli, and the diaphragma sella. So what this all doing is dividing the cranial cavity into the freely communicating spaces that lodges the subdivision of the brain. Now let's just take a look into this figure. You guys can see that the falx cerebri is a sickle-shaped fold of the dura mater that lie in the midline between the two cerebral hemisphere. As you know that there are right cerebral hemisphere and the left cerebral hemisphere. So the falx cerebri is present between the two cerebral hemisphere. Now the second one, which is the falx cerebelli, so it is basically a small sickle-shaped fold of the dura mater, but it is present between the two cerebellar hemisphere. So it is present between the cerebellum and between the right and the left cerebellar hemisphere. Now the third one, which is called as a tentorium cerebelli, so basically it is a crescent shaped fold of the dura mater that roofs over the posterior cranial fossa, and it covers the upper surface of the cerebellum, and it supports the occipital lobe of the cerebral hemisphere, which are present posteriorly in the posterior cranial fossa. Now the last one, which is the diaphragma sella, so it is a small circular fold of the dura mater that form the roof of the sella turcica, a small opening in the central allowing the passage of the stalk of the hypophysis cerebri. So this is present over here. Now as I told you that there are various sinuses present between these structures, so let's just discuss about them. So the first of all is the superior sagittal sinus. So the word superior means that it is present on the top. So the superior sagittal sinus, so sagittal is a plane which is like this, run in the upper fixed margin. While the next one is the inferior sagittal sinus. So the inferior means below. So it is located below over here. Now the third one, which is a straight sinus, it run along the attachment of the tentorium cerebelli over here. And the another important venous sinus is called as a transverse sinus, which run along the attachment to the occipital bone. And in the last, if we just talk about the function of the dura mater, then this thick fibrous dura mater surround and support and protect the central nervous system, which include the brain and the spinal cord. And we have already discussed earlier that this dura mater is forming fold inside the cranium, which are termed as a dural fold. So this dural fold are forming the partition inside the cranial cavity, and it's separate in the places to form the dural venous sinuses, which are also significant. So this is all about the dura mater. I hope you understand it. If you do so, then make sure to like and subscribe. See you in another video. Take care. Bye.